Alright, this is a security cabinet that I just bought to stack on. It's the 18 gun model, the black one. And the cabinet here shows that, you know, there's different configurations. 18 rifles or shotguns, 9 with shelves on the right, you know, and it kind of gives you all instructions. So we'll open this up and take a look at it. The reason I bought this, and then another thing, you can go to the websites for the safes and the cabinets, shop around, find the model you want, then shop around. Gander Mountain has this item for like $149. I got it at Dick's Sporting Goods for $199. And I think the sales tax was 13 bucks. So it was $215 or something. So you got to shop around. The price will vary. You know, take your time. Find a place that stocks them close to you. These are usually bulky, heavy items. If you mail order them or order them online, they're going to charge you shipping. So now I'll get the box off and we'll take a look. Okay, something very interesting in the unpacking. It says on the outside, keys on top. When you lift this up, there are your keys. So this is an important feature. You don't want to lose your keys. So in the unpacking process, pay attention. Make sure you know you don't lose the damn things ripping the box apart, and you know, set them aside. And that way you don't lose your keys or combination. They also tell you on safes where the combination is. Be careful not to get it mixed up in the shipping and packing when you're unpacking and then lose it. So that's one thing. Okay, got it out of the box and unwrapped. Let's open it up. The reason I bought this is because I have a lot of long guns and I'm losing valuable space in my safes. This is light. A 14 gun safe, I had a hell of a time getting it into the house. And this is going to be strategically placed somewhere in the house. Now inside you have all your, get it out, all your different things, probably for your shelves. Down here, all styrofoam, padding. These low-end safes usually have, or these cabinets have this styrofoam. You get into a more expensive safe, they'll have carpeting of some sort on all the shelves and that. But these inexpensive ones, here's your plastic racks and instructions. So we'll open up the instructions. I'm going to do this as an 18 gun rack cabinet because I'm looking for number of guns more than security and putting other items in here. This is going to be put somewhere specifically to store my overflow of guns in my collection. So we're going to configure this to the 18 gun cabinet. Get back here in a minute. Of the cabinet out on the table. In that cardboard sleeve that was there is basically all your shelving. This has one shelf that's wide, some short shelves, and a center divider thing here which goes through the length and would split the cabinet in half if you installed that. I'm going the 18 gun route, so what was in a package, you have your barrel rests here, these plastic things. Here, your instruction sheets. You have 4 of these, which are scope rests. I guess they hold the gun out farther so your scope don't bang into the wall. Your hardware pack. Now these 2 little things, I don't know what they are, but they were loose in the bag. So when you're unpacking, make sure they don't get lost on you. Styrofoam. This is the styrofoam pad for the bottom. It's for the big shelf. And then you have 4 smaller partition shelves. If you divide this in half, and your gun rest, plastic gun rest things. Now the instructions show you, basically like anything, what tools you're going to need, what's in the pack, it identifies everything, and there's also lag bolts. Yeah. Now these here you use on these cabinets, it's kind of important. That's why, like I said, you know, do you own the house or are you renting? These lag bolts, you either bolt it into the studs of the wall or through the base onto the floor. You have to assemble the cabinet for that, and then once you get it in place, you lag bolt it down and it ain't moving. And it does work. I mean, I've heard stories of people having break-ins and trying to get into a item like this, and if they're bolted down, even with pry bars, I'll go over that when we look at another security cabinet. They tried to open it, but they didn't get the guns. They screwed up the cabinet, but they didn't take the firearms. That's the key. That makes the whole thing worth it. So the first page gives you your tool list. Don't forget, have a nice cold one too while you're contemplating this. And here's where you got to make a choice. This page gives you the different configurations. We're basically going to go with this, all guns, and probably, in a way, you know, I'm not going to use a divider or any shelves, so it's kind of a waste in a way, but what are you going to do? And it shows the different configurations, top views, how you can put the partitions in, you know, and that. So you're going to have to figure out how you want this done, and the instructions are there. And then it tells you, you know, how to do it. You got to lay it on its back to get that partition thing done. You can go left or right and all that other stuff. We're not going to do that. So basically what I'm going to do is just take these things here, and you got to see where the screws go in. And basically I guess you just put them, I don't know if you can see the holes here. There's all kinds of holes in this cabinet for lining all that up and down in there. Basically I'm just going to line them up and screw them things in, lag bolted down through the bottom in my discrete location. And I'm putting a lot of long guns in here, so I'm probably not going to install the shelf. So this is going to be a simple deal for me, just getting those 4 pieces in there and then getting this in place, and I'm in business and ready to roll with this project. If you want to get fancy with the configurations, you're going to spend some more time. So I'm going to get started and get my racks in, and we'll take a look at it and basically go over the finished project. Okay, just a quick note or tip on this. When you're putting these barrel rest racks in, basically what you're doing is taking one of these little tiny sheet metal screws and going through the wall of the cabinet, and then you got to line it up with the hole here. You can see that. Lighting sucks, but there's a hole here in the back, and then you just screw it from the back and it draws up. It's really a 2-person job. You're going to need help. So, you know, if you're going to do this project, know that you're going to need 2 people to get these racks in. I don't see how you can do it by, maybe you can do it by, with, you know, reach around and that. You're going to need 2 people. Okay, I'm just about done. I got the rests mounted in there. Like I said, it takes 2 people. And then all you'd have to do is get it in location, lag bolt it to the floor. Very important. How these security cabinets work is they give you 4 lag bolts. You can either go through, there's holes up in the corners. You could go up against the wall stud and lag bolt it in. And there's 2 holes on the bottom. You can go into the floor if you got a solid floor or floor stud and bolt down that way. That is the key to making this secure, is that it's mounted and can't be moved. They give you the hardware. So that's in. I just take my bottom liner after the lag bolts are installed, place that styrofoam in there to cushion the bottom, and I'm done with this project. But now we're going to take a closer look. I'm going to put some guns in here and explain to you why I got this, and in that other video where I tell you to plan in that, the reason why you want to look in and plan, and basically how I'm going to use this particular cabinet and why I bought it. Alright, we're going to take a close-up look at this. Now I don't know if you can see very well or not, you can see, but there's these holes here. And say you were mounting a shelf, I don't know if this has to work in conjunction with the center, but the way the holes are pre-drilled, that shelf will go about right there, and there like that, and mount. So even if you wanted to configure this with shelving, I'll show you where the problem arises. We'll get some guns in there and take a look at where they go. Alright, first gun we're going to put in, Mosin Nagant. Put that one right in there. And as you can see where that shelf would be, this gun, I don't know if you can see, this is all, get a flashlight in there, where the Mosin is, and you see the holes? So that barrel's sticking way past any type of shelf mount or anything in there. I'll get a couple more in there and we'll take a look. That'll be probably the fastest. Okay, I got the Mosin Nagant, and you can see where the holes are, where the shelving goes. Like I said, I don't know that it goes past that with room. Now the AR, which is about, the AR-82, the full-size gun, is about the standard length of gun. And you can see you could probably get a shelf on there. That's why when I said in the buying guide, it's important to know how long your guns are and what type you have. Now when you go with the short carbine, you see that don't even come close to where them racks are, along with the AR with the stock folded. Now I'll go and what I did is extended the stock on the AR carbine, and as you see, it don't quite make it to the rifle. So this is something you got to take into consideration, the length of your guns and if they fit. Now a lot of guns I'm going to try to put in here are longer than that Nagant, and I still got some space. This is the reason I bought this, is I'm going to put all my long guns in this storage cabinet. And then I can take my safe in that and put shelving, modify it, and get some more storage. That's the reason I bought this. And just for fun, we'll go over here and take this musket and see if that even fits in there. Got this one. Alright, the musket. Well, as you can see, the musket ain't going in. So, like I said, before you buy a safe, cabinet, or whatever, you have to do some investigating. And basically what I'm going to do with this one is this is going to store all my long guns. I got no shelf space in this configuration, but that's what I planned on. That's what I wanted. Because that'll give me shelf and spacing in my other storage things. So that's about it for this project. We'll take a look at this locking mechanism. I'm going to do a separate video on safes and cabinets, and I'll go over this compared to another cabinet I have. But that's your locking, which is, I'd say that's secure. With that bar there, you can't really pry that easy. It wouldn't be easy to get into this. So that's this project for today. Now I just got to get it in place and spend the day moving guns around.